Part 1. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey. Space exploration is a very big topic in our world today. Many countries want to send things, and even people, deep into space. This is a time of great activity beyond the Earth. It shows humanity's deep wish to explore the unknown. The United States has been a leader in space for many years. It has strong companies that build rockets and powerful spacecraft. These companies helped the United States achieve great things in the vast space. Its rockets are strong and reliable, carrying heavy loads and astronauts into orbit. The United States has a proud history of sending astronauts to explore space and other planets. It has worked hard to understand the universe around us and set many records. However, in another place, China is also making very fast progress in space exploration. China is working hard to build its own space program. It is investing a lot of time and big resources into this area, showing strong commitment. China efforts are showing clear results and moving forward quickly. Many people worldwide are watching China space activities closely because of its speed and great success. In recent years, China has completed amazing missions. For example, it landed a special rover on Mars successfully. This was a hard task, but China showed great skill doing it. The rover explored the surface of Mars and sent back important information and beautiful pictures. This helped scientists learn more about the red planet and added to our knowledge. China also sent a great mission to the moon. This mission collected rocks and soil from the moon's surface. What was very special was that these samples came from the far side of the moon, a part that is harder to reach. Bringing these materials back to Earth was a huge achievement. It gave new data for researchers to study, helping us understand the moon history. Both the United States and China are working hard to develop their programs further into space. They are building new rockets, designing modern spacecraft, and planning future missions. Each country wants to show its strength and ability in space, aiming for new achievements. This situation marks the start of a new era of space travel. It is a time when two major nations push the limits of what is possible, seeking new frontiers. This competition is not just about science. It is also about new technologies, national pride, and future opportunities for all people. Space exploration can lead to new inventions that help humans on Earth in many ways. It can also help countries work together or show friendly competition between them. The world is seeing a new period of intense activity in vast space. This period includes great achievements and fast development from these two nations. It sets the stage for exciting events in the coming years. The future of human exploration is being shaped by these two countries. This introduction helps us understand the current state of space exploration and the important roles of these two nations. Part 2. How China grew fast. China space program started growing many years ago. A big change happened in the year 2014. In that special year, China made a new rule. This rule was very important for space. Before, mostly the government worked on space projects. But after 2014, private companies could also build space technology. This new rule meant more businesses could help. It made China's space efforts much stronger and faster. Many new companies began to work on huge space projects. They started to design and make rocket parts and equipment for satellites. This mix of government and private work helped the industry grow very quickly. It brought new ideas and great energy to this field. China has also spent a lot of money on its space journey. Over 10 long years, China spent about $14 billion on its space program. This huge amount of money helped build new rockets and advanced satellites. It was a big investment for the country's future. During the same 10 years, the United States spent 5 times more money on space missions, so the US still invested much more overall. However, China keeps spending more money every single year. This growing investment shows that China sees space as very important for its bright future. This continuous funding helps the program move forward quickly and supports new research. Many different groups in China work together for space progress. Universities play a key role. They teach young students about space science and engineering. They also do important research and develop new ideas. Cities across China also support space work. They provide good places for companies and universities to build and test new space technology, and many companies are also involved. These private and state-owned companies build the actual rockets and satellites. They turn complex designs into real working machines that can travel into space. This teamwork is very strong. Universities, cities, and companies share ideas and resources. They work hand in hand to achieve their goals. This cooperation helps them build rockets and satellites faster and better than before. They learn from each other and solve problems together. This is a big reason why China's space program is growing so fast. They are building many new rockets that can go into space, including powerful vehicles. They are also making many new satellites that orbit Earth for different purposes. These combined efforts are helping China become a major player in space exploration around the whole world. Part 3. The space stations. China has its own space station. It is called Tiangong. This beautiful name means a heavenly palace. China built this station for its own astronauts. China decided to build its own home in space because it could not use The International Space Station, the United States, did not allow China to join the ISS program for security reasons. So China started to build its own home in vast space. Since 2021, astronauts have lived on the Tiangong station. They work there for many long months. Astronauts do scientific experiments. They study how the human body changes in the space environment. They also learn about new space technologies. The Tiangong station helps China learn more about living away from the Earth. It shows China great space skills. The United States uses a different space station. It is called the International Space Station, or ISS. Many countries work together on the ISS. It has been in space for a very long time. The ISS is getting old. Experts think the ISS could close down soon. This might happen around 2030 or 2032. If the ISS closes, the United States will need a new place for its astronauts. To prepare for this, the United States is paying private companies to build new stations. These companies are designing and building safe, modern space stations. Building a space station is a difficult job. It takes a lot of time and huge money. The final goal is to have new stations ready before the ISS stops working. This will make sure American astronauts can continue to live and work in space. However, if new American space stations are not ready on time, China Tiangong Station would still be in space. It would be the only space station where people can live. This means China could be the only country with astronauts living in space for some time. This situation is important for the future of space travel. Both China and the United States are planning for human life in space. Space stations are important for learning new things. They help prepare for longer trips to the Moon and Mars. Having a space station helps a country lead in space exploration. It shows a country great power in science and technology. The race to build and keep space stations is a key part of the new space era. Part 4. Going to the Moon and Mars. Chapter 4 talks about the future of space travel. Both China and the United States have very big plans. They want to send people to the Moon and even bring things back from Mars. These are very important goals. For space exploration, China has a clear goal. For its space program, it plans to send its astronauts to the Moon. This big trip is set for the year 2030. This means human footsteps on the Moon by Chinese explorers are expected within a few years. After that special moment, China has another difficult goal. It wants to bring rocks from Mars back to Earth. This challenging mission is planned for the year 2031. These are very important steps for China's space program and show its long-term vision. The United States also has strong plans for the Moon. Its great program is called Artemis. Through the Artemis program, the US wants to send astronauts back to the Moon. This is planned for the year 2028. This shows that both countries are working hard to reach the Moon with human crews. The Artemis program aims to establish a long-term human presence on the Moon. However, there is a difference in how these plans work out. The United States space programs sometimes face delays. This means that planned dates can change. Projects might take longer than first thought due to technical challenges or funding issues. But China space projects often finish on time. They usually meet their planned dates, showing a strong ability to manage complex tasks. This difference is important for space experts who watch global progress. Experts are watching these plans very carefully. They see China making steady progress and meeting its deadlines. China sets a date and often sticks to it. This makes some experts worry about the United States. They think the United States might fall behind in this new era of space travel if its programs continue to be delayed. If the US programs are delayed too much, China could reach the Moon and Mars first. For some key missions, reaching the Moon and Mars needs a lot of hard work. It needs new and strong technology. It also needs very careful planning. Both countries are managing many complex tasks to make these missions possible. They are building powerful rockets and training astronauts for long journeys. They are designing special equipment that can work in the harsh space environment on the Moon and Mars. Every single step in these plans is important for great success. The journey to the Moon is a big challenge for human beings. Sending astronauts there and bringing them back safely requires many years of careful preparation and many tests. Building a base on the Moon is also a future goal for some space agencies, allowing for longer stays. Collecting samples from Mars is even harder. Mars is much farther away than the Moon, making the trip longer and more dangerous. Bringing rocks back from Mars would tell scientists a lot about the red planet and if life ever existed there. These future missions are not just about reaching a place in space. They are about discovery and pushing the limits of human ability. They are about learning more about our solar system and the vast universe. They are also about showing which country can lead in space exploration and technology. Everyone is waiting to see who will achieve these big goals first. The dates of 2028, 2030 and 2031 are key milestones. Part 5. Building new rockets to reach the Moon and Mars. Very strong rockets are very important. Countries need these powerful machines to carry astronauts and heavy equipment far into space. Building better rockets is a big goal for the United States and China. These new rockets are essential for future missions, helping humans travel further than ever before. China is working hard to build many new rockets. These rockets will help China reach its goals for space travel, including sending people to the moon and bringing samples from Mars. In China, there are now many private companies that build rockets. There are more than 12 such companies. They are all trying new ideas and designs to make rockets more efficient and powerful. Some of these Chinese companies are testing special rockets. These rockets can be used more than one time. This means after a rocket goes into deep space, it can land back on Earth safely. Then it can be prepared to fly again for another mission. This makes space travel cheaper and faster, saving a lot of resources. This idea of reusable rockets is similar to what the American company SpaceX does. SpaceX has already shown that reusable rockets are very useful and can change how we travel to space. China is also building very large rockets for its future missions. One important rocket is called the Long March 10. This rocket is being built to send Chinese astronauts to the moon. It is a key part of China moon plans and will carry the crew and needed supplies for lunar exploration. Another huge rocket China is developing is the Long March 9. This rocket is designed to be very big and powerful, capable of lifting extremely heavy payloads. It aims to be a strong competitor to the American rocket called Starship, which is built by SpaceX. The Long March 9 will be able to carry heavy loads and travel to deep space, pushing the boundaries of what is possible. Both the United States and China understand that strong rockets are central to exploring the solar system. They are investing a lot of time and big money in making these powerful machines. This competition to build the best rockets shows how serious both countries are about leading in space. The development of these new advanced rockets will open up new possibilities for reaching distant planets and shaping the future of human presence in vast space. Part 6. Satellites in the sky. Satellites are very important in space today. They are machines that orbit Earth. They help us in many ways. For example, satellites help us talk on mobile phones and watch television. They also help us know the weather and find our way. Without satellites, many things we do every single day would be very difficult. Both the United States and China send many satellites into space. They use them for different reasons, making them key tools for modern life. China has its own special system of satellites. It is called Beidou. Beidou helps people find their way. It is like a map in the high sky that gives clear directions. When you use a phone to find a street, you are using a navigation system. Beidou works in a similar way. It tells people where they are and how to get to other places. The United States has a system like this too. It is called GPS. Beidou competes with The US GPS system. This means China wants its system to be very good and used by many people. Beidou is very important for China's own needs and for other countries too. It shows China's strength in space technology. Another big plan for satellites is to give internet to everyone. Imagine having internet in every part of the whole world, even in places far from busy cities. Both China and the United States want to make this happen. They plan to launch thousands of small satellites into deep space. These satellites will work together to create a huge network. This network will send internet signals down to Earth. This means more people can connect to the internet. They can learn new things, talk to their family, and do business online. This technology will help people on Earth a lot. It will make communication faster and easier for many. This space technology also helps countries build strong friendships. China, for example, builds satellites and ground stations. For other countries, a ground station is a place on Earth that talks to satellites. When China helps other countries with this, it makes them good partners. These partnerships help China grow its power and influence worldwide. It shows that China has advanced space skills. Other countries see China as a great helper and a leader in space. This cooperation strengthens international relationships. Having many satellites in the high sky is like having many helpers above Earth. They do many jobs for us. They help us find our way, talk to each other, and get the internet. They also help countries work together and become much stronger. The future will have even more satellites. They will change how we live and how countries interact. Both the United States and China understand this. They continue to send more and more satellites into deep orbit. This makes satellites a very important part of the new space race. Part 7. Working together and security. Space exploration is not only about science and new discovery. It is also very important for how countries work together. It plays a big role in keeping countries safe. This is called security. Many nations are forming big teams to explore space. China and Russia are one example. They are working together on a huge project. Their plan is to build a base on the moon. 13 other countries have also joined their team. This makes their group quite large. They want to share the hard work and the benefits of space exploration. The United States also has a team of partner countries. This team is even larger. 56 countries have chosen to work with the United States. These international partnerships show that space is a place where many countries can come together. They work towards common goals. Space technology is also very important for a country's defense and safety. The military uses satellites in many ways. These satellites help soldiers communicate. They can talk to each other from far distances. This helps send important messages quickly. Satellites also help soldiers find their exact location. This is very useful for planning missions and moving safely. Without satellites, navigation would be much harder. Another important use of satellites is for watching over a country. They can help spot possible dangers. For example, satellites can see missile launches. This early warning system gives countries time to react quickly and protect their people. Modern armies use these satellites to see large areas from high above. They can observe things that are very far away. This helps them understand situations better. In summary, space technology, especially satellites, is a key part of global safety. It helps keep peace and security for all nations around the world. Working together in space and using space tools for security are two very important parts of space exploration today. Part 8. The future of space. The future of space exploration holds many new possibilities. Experts believe that strong commercial businesses are very important for success in space. These companies can create new technologies and make space travel more affordable. Many people think that space will become a place where private companies do a lot of work, not just governments. This is a big change from the past. Countries like the United States are already working on this. They want to help private companies grow. For example, the US is improving its spaceports. Spaceports are like airports for rockets. Better spaceports mean rockets can launch more easily and more often. This helps companies test new rockets and send satellites into orbit. Also, governments are trying to make rules simpler for private space companies. When rules are clear and easy to follow, companies can work faster. They can build new things and try new ideas without too many problems. This helps the space industry move forward quickly. NASA, the space agency in the United States, is also changing how it works. In the past, NASA built almost everything itself. Now NASA is buying more space technology from commercial partners. This means private companies build rockets, spacecraft, and other equipment, and then NASA uses them. This way, NASA can focus on big science missions, and private companies can develop new products for the vast space. This partnership helps both sides. Countries are investing in their space industries. China, for example, has many private rocket companies. These companies are also working hard to build new technologies and launch many satellites. Both the United States and China understand that space is important for their future. They will continue to develop their programs and support their commercial space businesses. The next years will show even more progress. We might see more people living and working in space. There could be new ways to travel to the moon and even to Mars. Space mining, where companies get valuable materials from asteroids, could also become real. These activities will create new jobs and new types of space businesses. The competition in space is still very strong. However, it is also a time for great innovation. Many people hope that all nations can work together in space in the future. This could lead to even bigger discoveries and help all of humanity. The journey into space is only just beginning, and its future is full of exciting chances.